features live coverage of an African safari and may include animal kills and carcasses. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning sunrise safari. My name is Tsepo, and behind the camera I have the legendary Luyanda. We are just going to send you to a beautiful highlight of the morning. Oh, look at that! We have our own WWE, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think will become victorious here? Oh, the magic of Mabula. So you'll notice that playing is hunting type of playing. Pin you down, try to bite a little bit, hold you down. Oh, that is so cute. How beautiful it is to actually experience the beauty and the magic of Mabula. But in this beautiful morning, I am not alone. I am with the A-team. And in South Africa, we have Daniel and we have Ian and we have Imara in Mara as well. It's going to be a beautiful morning. It's going to actually be a beautiful morning. We have some exciting news. I've been telling Luyanda that we must just get something special today. We don't know what nature actually has planned for us. That's the beautiful part of it, that every safari has its own magic and its own mysteries. And it's just up to us and you to actually figure them out together. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining in. We'd like you to be with us. Send those comments. Keep them coming. But in the meantime, I'm going to send you over to Ian as we start our journey.
Well, morning everyone, and welcome to the Sabi Sands. My name's Ian, and behind the camera is Mpo, and we've just started our safari, and we've come across some lion tracks here, so quite interesting. We picked them up over there, and I just got to this junction. You can see, and it looks like the lions sort of headed this way, but we did hear some lion tracks called all the way to our west over there, so maybe it's the same lion. I think I heard him calling last night, but it's always quite exciting when you start the morning and you find tracks that you never saw the day before. So hopefully we'll get lucky today. Yesterday was a bit of a quiet one for us, and we're hoping that our luck will change. Yes, Lola, today is the day. Every day is the day, but today is the day. And we're hoping that we'll get lucky. I'm also seeing some hippo tracks here, the elephant tracks. So there's a lot of animals out there. We just haven't been able to put them onto the camera. But we're going to keep looking, keep checking. While we do that, let's go over to Daniel. He's got a few guests with him this morning.
Thanks for that, Ian. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sandringham this morning from wherever you are in the world. And today is not just a normal day, it is in fact World Rangers Day, and to celebrate that, we have two very special guests who are going to be joining us on Game Drive this morning. This on my right-hand side is the famous, guys, and I promise you when I say famous, he is famous, Innocent Ngwenya, or as I heard one of the students calling him the other day, Meneer Krok. And on my left here we have Onkabetse. He's one of the students here at Tracker Academy, and he's also going to be joining us and showing us a few of the skills that he's been learned, or what he's learned in the past few days. Couldn't have been picking a better spot. We've come right to the Tracker Academy, and they are super lucky to be based where they are, right on the bend of this Timbavati riverbed. It is stunning and beautiful. But first things first, let's hear from Innocent himself. Innocent, thank you for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure to have you on Drive, and welcome.
Thank you, Buti, and good morning to everybody. I am Innocent Ngwenya, and I am the trainer here at Tracker Academy, based at Sandringham Game Reserve. And thank you for having me this morning.
It's an absolute pleasure. Onkabetse, I believe you were an professional football player who's given up a career as a professional sportsman to pursue a dream in the bush. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Very well, yeah, you are right about that. I was playing football before I came to join the safari guiding. So
that's Stephanie is saying how excited she is to meet you this morning, and that she's wants to get to know you. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
Okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. So yeah, like I said, I was playing soccer before, professional football actually. So I gave up my career because of some of the ups and downs that I was facing. Giving up my career, I didn't just give it my career to choose something that I didn't want. No, it's something that I've been wanting to do. I've been seeing my family doing, so I got really interested in doing it. So now I'm here, and I've learned so much from Mr. Innocent here, as they just mentioned that he's a famous man. Indeed, he's a famous man. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to learning more and more, explore more with him.
You really are lucky to have this man as your trainer, because he is a legend in the industry, and I promise you he's a custodian for the future of this area. So what a legend. Guys, it's a pleasure to have you guys with us this morning. Let's get in the vehicle, let's start our game drive, and let's see what we can find this morning, and maybe put you to a bit of a test, eh?
Right away, sir.
Amazing. Let's do it.
Beautiful.
Okay, everybody in? Let's do it. Okay, while we get into the vehicle and start our drive, let's head over back to Mabula and see what Tsepo's up to.
Here in beautiful water back in Mabula.
Hello everyone, good morning, and we're here in Masai Mara. We were running a little bit late because we had some really cheeky elephants, a big family, a beautiful herd going through camp, and they were just kind of blocking the way to get to the car. And these are the two young boys who were part of the whole gang that created the whole roadblock. And it's weird, yesterday I was saying that you can tell your boss or work that I'm getting late because elephants blocked the road, and today it's like it came true. The elephants, not these two, there are so many of them, it's a big herd. They just passed through camp and a place where we usually park the vehicle, and they actually did delay us today morning. But honestly, it is the best delay, and I have even proof. So everyone, this is a proof. But yesterday I did talk about elephants blocking the way. But these two young boys have been at least engaging with a small playful fight with each other. They seem to be getting to the age of around 15 maybe, or even 12 plus years. because they seem like they're behaving more like bull elephants, almost in that age. So hopefully if they're staying together, they can be best friends as they get older, because even bull elephants, you can see them being solitary, one off elephant in the distance alone. But if they can kind of bond with, you see how they're very playful, if they can bond with another male, it is really good for them to have that relationship. Cindy, it is quite fabulous. We have a hot air balloon in the background. You can see the landscape, how the sun is just getting that nice golden light coming through. And the elephants heading towards the marsh. That's the green pasture you can see right there. Yeah, but these boys were really cheeky. They kept on going back and forth, and the other younger siblings were following the moms really well. But these two are saying, no, we're going to stay behind and take our sweet, sweet time. So you can see other humps right there. It does look flat, but the terrain does have its own little gradual slopes. And off to the marsh they go. The marsh is like the hot spot. It's the best restaurant in the area, according to Elephant Yelp. These boys, yeah, they're very active. Maybe we'll try get a little bit closer and see more of their behavior. But it's really nice seeing them. And they do enjoy the camp area too. There's a lot of different vegetations there, and elephants do like to mix it up with what they're eating. It's not just about grass. So many different types of bushes. And when the fruit season, so when we have like the green hearts trees having the fruits, that's when they're even more chaotic at camp, because the whole forest line where the camp is, which is Governor's Camp, is a lot of green heart trees. So those fruits, it does really attract them a lot. Let me see if I can use this road. Our camp, yeah. Masai Mara is always giving beautiful scenery. Just trying to find the most smooth path for us to get a nice look at them, at least from a bit of a distance. Let's see how this is. But yeah, today it's nice. It was cool in the morning, and having the sun coming out is great. So I do know where I'm going to be heading today. I just hope that our friends will be around. It's just a marsh area. So beautiful. Even the sun coming in, just the best. My favorite type of sun is early morning sun. And here they are now in the marsh. At least you can see them a little bit better. Yeah, those two boys are really just look at them. Very playful. A lot of bonding going on. By the time they're 15 of age, they usually, they're not together with the herd anymore. They're not with the mom and their siblings, the young sisters or older sisters. They just have to go and maybe just join even other males or just become more solitary. Look at that, so much communication. And the one with the short tail, yeah, he's a cheeky character at camp. One of the guards there, he says that there's a short tail elephant, and he keeps on annoying them. He keeps on chasing them. And I think this is a character he's been talking about. Nice to see this elephant finally, the mysterious cheeky boy of camp. And we hear that Ian is off the vehicle. Let's go see what he's doing and what he wants to show you guys.
Okay, we are off the vehicle, and earlier I mentioned that we had some signs of hippo, and so Paul's just been showing us this is some hippo dung. I'm not sure if you can see the 4-foot structure of the hippo over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 toes, and the hippo obviously been walking this way. And if we come a little bit forward, I don't know if you can see the back lobe of this lion track. It's not that distinct. And then here's another hippo track, more hippo poop, lion track here, and then this looks like, it's actually quite hard. This looks like it could be, I'm going to go with lion pee, I'm guessing here, but maybe I should spend some time with the guys in Sandringham. Maybe with Inno, he worked with him once when he started his career. and I was kind of finishing my stint at Ngala, so I hope he's doing well. We had a lot of fun in the 2 weeks we worked together. But just going back, so we've got a bit of urine here. There's another lion track over there, and I think our plan is going to be to see where this lion track heads. They did call some lion tracks a little bit further up, so it might be the same animal. The hippos moved across over here, and there's actually quite a lot of stuff going on, but it looks like this hippo dung, and maybe the hippo's gone off that way. We're going to try and find that lion, and while we do that, let's go and find a little bit more about the Tracker Academy and the wonderful work they're doing.
After I graduated at Tracker Academy, I worked as a tracker for the Ecotourism Lodge, as a tracker for the guests. And then I loved my work during that time. And then after some few years, I decided that I wanted to actually go into teaching and training young men and women with the art of trekking. That's when I came back to work for Tracker Academy.
The guests won't pay attention to that, but it's a skill that you can put it into play if you know what you want to talk about. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So every curve that you take, you look behind. That gives you a good idea of where everyone is. Don't focus on what is in front of you. Also, check what is coming at the back. Okay. Yes. And watch carefully where you are walking. The wind is slightly blowing to the western direction, which means it's not like in our favor because the buffaloes will sing this sound. What I want you guys to pay attention to is the sound that the buffaloes are going to make now. They're going to grunt.
The hardest part of my job is to always keep the students safe in the bush, as we're always tracking potentially dangerous animals.
If that elephant charges, you are responsible for that. Okay?
Yes.
I'm only going to interfere if I think it's going to put everyone's life at risk.
This life is dangerous, this environment is dangerous. Now I have a lot of knowledge about the animals, about the importance of that animals, about the ecosystems, a lot of things about the environment. I learned a lot of things about the trees, about the birds, the importance of that, so I love it.
The best about the training is to see this young men's and young women's life change.
They do not only teach tracking here, also teach you life skills and everything. When I came here, I couldn't cook. Now I'm a really good cook.
I heard about Tracker Academy social media, and then I applied, so they called, come interview. After interview, they called that I managed to pass my interview. Being here since I arrived in January till now, I learned that nature is more important than other things. So being a person, you must try to conserve nature, not to destroy nature.
I am hoping that my students, when they leave Tracker Academy, they go back into their villages and their communities and make a difference and teach those other young stars out there.
Okay, well, what a good look into a little bit more about the Tracker Academy, exactly what they do and how they operate. And yeah, we're very fortunate today to have two of the members. First and foremost, Innocent, the head trainer, sitting next to us, and Ian. You are right, he's a legend, and apparently Ian and Innocent did some work together at Ngala. I mean, the three of us are all actually from Ngala at some point, Ian, myself, and Innocent. Innocent, quickly, do you have any stories about Ian? Because you two worked together, didn't you?
Yes, good morning, Futsu. How are you, Buti? Hope you're well. Now, we work together with Ian at Ngala. I actually tracked for him.
That's amazing. And you call him Mfutso. Tell us a bit more about Mfutso, what it means and why you called him that.
Mfutso, it actually means tortoise. So there's a road that called Fool's Road at Ngala, and one of the trekkers couldn't pronounce it very well, so just make a joke out of it.
Are you sure that's the story? Because he's going to get a chance to tell the truth on that side. Yeah?
No, it is.
Okay, good. So I'm going to try and call him Mfutso now as well, and I don't know if it's because he's slow. Maybe I'll take the Fool's Road.
Ian, you're taking that feedback well, but that's good. Yeah, Innocent, it's such a pleasure to have you in our vehicle here today. I think the first time we met was a few years ago at Amos Thomas Mkonto's funeral, the tracker I used to work with at Ngala. A sad way to meet, but I'd heard so much about you and it's so good to have you here. Tell us a little bit about your journey to where you are today and how you got here.
Thank you very much, Buti. It's nice to be with you again.
Good to be here.
Yes, so my name is Innocent Ngwenya. I grew up in a small village called Kildare and hunting small birds for food to support my family. It was what I used to do when I was young. So I have love of the nature being out there. Then my father, who was a guide at Ngala, licensed, he then introduced me to Alex van den Heeven and Renius, the founder of the Tracker Academy. Then in 2010, that's when I get enrolled in Tracker Academy as a student. Then I graduated. I went to work at Ngala for 4 years as a tracker. Then worked at Londolozi for another 4 years as a tracker. But I always wanted to teach trekking. So Alex and Renius, they came to me and asked me if I would be interested. Of course, I jumped in, and in 2019, I started to be a head trainer at Tracker Academy at Londolozi.
Yeah, man, that's an amazing story, and I didn't really realize the roots went so deep as to Ngala, and you spent so long there. I knew you were there for a short time, but that's super special. I mean, we know so many of the same people, and I'm sure you met Thomas Mkonto, the guy who I tracked with, Richard Koza, Adam Mabunda. Candace, I think I understood that question is, what is a ranger? I mean, a ranger technically is the person who kind of facilitates and manages and runs these environmental areas. Lots of people think that I'm a ranger. I'm actually a what is the actual term for us again? I can't remember. I'll get back to you about it. But the rangers are the guys who kind of protect it, and the anti-poachers and the section rangers. We are field guides, there we go, operating as a guide in this environment. So today on World Ranger Day, we are celebrating the rangers, I mean field rangers, field guides, trackers, and that's why we've got you two on the vehicle today. Yeah, so I think our plan for today, what we're going to do is we're going to head towards where the lions had that giraffe carcass yesterday and go and see if there's anything left. We didn't manage to see anything there yesterday. However, it might be a good opportunity to kind of see what they were up to, and let's see if we could get Unkabetse to interpret what has happened and maybe where those lions have gone. And now that we've got some professional help, let's see if we can't come right this morning.
Hi, I'm Amy Krantz, Wild Earth presenter and private guide. I'd love for you to join me on safari. There it is! What I bring to a safari is a genuine love and care for people. To be able to create a memorable, special experience brings me so much joy. That's what takes a normal safari and makes it extraordinary.
Would you like to know what an elephant's favorite food is? You could ask me questions like that in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive from the heart of Africa. Over here. Watch Safari Live and connect with nature. We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
But we're going to slow down and see if we can enjoy that process. But also keep looking for these lions. Let's go and check in with Tsepo. He's got a beautiful sunrise for us.
I definitely agree with you there, Ian. When you take your moment to actually slow down, you just capture every moment, and it's quite beautiful. Like the sunrise that we are actually witnessing in this present moment. The predators are most likely returning from the night hunt. The herbivores are preparing to actually come now as the light shines upon, warming up the landscape and just making it beautiful for everyone to actually start their day. And you notice how happy the birds will actually sound. I'm just going to keep a little bit quiet so that we just listen just to the background, the wind and everything. Oh, isn't this just beautiful and amazing? No matter how many sunrise you see, how many sunsets you actually see, they are never the same. Oh, thank you very much, Pat. Thank you so much. I am glad you have joined us this morning. You are the reason why we actually get up with such excitement to actually be able to share these beautiful moments with you. Hope you are doing well. Just look at that. No matter how many you actually see, it's just super different. Everyone is unique. We refer to it as the golden hour for a reason. If you just look at the gold around it, it's like a painting, nature's own original painting. Priceless. Hello, Leo. In the waterback, we have quite few species of trees here. Like, for example, the ones you're seeing in the background in the shadows, you're seeing more of silver cluster leaves. You're seeing wild syringas. We've got plenty of bush willows as well. We've got strangler fig trees, and we have quite a lot of them, and smaller ones as well. The Vacalius and Senegalius as well we do actually have. But most of the big things, even the marula trees here, Leo, are just stunning to actually see and witness. Of course, the elephant loves them, and you'll see when they actually fruit, their movement becomes quite epic, going from one tree to the other of those marula fruits. We do have quite a few species. But I will be doing a little bit of trees this day, and I'm going to try to actually show you one of them. I'll show you some of the marula trees. But as we actually move and trying to figure the mystery of the day, I'm going to send you back to Imara with some hyenas.
Love some plant knowledge. A lot of plants do have medicinal benefits, and I notice a lot of plants and trees here in the Masai Mara and in Kenya treats malaria, which is also very, very interesting. So I know you guys think we have a hyena. We do. Next to that mound, there is a hyena just putting down its head. And why we've come back to this location is when we were here yesterday and the previous day. Lola was here, Kaleo was here, Keto was here, and Empiris was here. All the marsh females were literally here, and of course they're young ones. And yesterday they sat on top of these mounds for the whole day. They were looking around. They did look like they wanted to hunt. So I was like, okay, if you want to hunt, maybe that night you can have like some good cover. You can use your night vision to maybe try something. But seeing those hyenas, there are two of them, they've just put down their head. They seem like they are waiting. Very similar behavior you usually see when lions do have a kill. And hyenas, having their great sense of smell, they'll smell it out and patiently wait for their turn to come and clean up. So this is my assumption. I could be wrong. Maybe they have moved on. Maybe these hyenas are just next to their den. Who knows? But the way they were looking in this direction, two of them sitting down and kind of smelling around, I feel like there could be something in the area, and I will trust their nose more than mine. So it's always nice kind of piecing together what could be. So you see that it's very quiet, no sign of any big cat. A lot is going on below the grass. I'm sure a lot of different rodents running around, hopefully some servals, but lions, no. But hyenas, yes. So it does leave you wondering, what is a hyena smelling and what is it doing here? Because in the morning we do get to see it, but here, not always. And one of the most precious moments, I think, encountering with a lion myself, I don't know, James, it was the same for you, but it was when Lola was carrying one of her cubbies yesterday morning. We were here right on time, perfect lighting, and would like to show you through this highlight. It did rain yesterday evening, and during the night it rained, and I was like, I know the cubs will want to be outside, especially to warm up a bit with the sun. And then we get to see Lola carrying the cub just like across the grass. I don't know where she was going. She was just like kind of moving up and down. How beautiful. Oh, Lola, cubbies, very adorable. Anything tiny is just cuteness overload. But again, now just trying to piece it together. Hyena, what are you doing here? We don't see you in this location as often. The hyenas, they usually find them in a different location. More of their dens are there. I haven't seen any hyena den this side. And they're more of nocturnal animals, so that's what I'm curious about. We do see you early morning, but again, I don't get to see you here. So I'm just trying to also look through my binos, which I'm now calling lion's eye. Sandra, it was amazing. Oh, I loved it. So grateful just to see that. And just again, being updated with how Lola is doing, how the cubs are looking, how lions do it, and a nice reunion. So now they've been introduced to the other females and Kaleo's young two boys. So that is good. But still very curious. I'll try to look around a little bit more. Try to see any other signs of movement or life. Because this whole area we're in, they were walking this side when she had the lion in her mouth. This is like a lager area, and the hyenas are just straight ahead. I think I was seeing a head popping up. Let's see. Yeah, hyena, I think its head's up. There we go. Yep. Don't put your head down. Don't be camera shy. Just the edge of that mound. Literally, it looks like the mound. Oh, hyena. Camera shy. As I still do my research and my investigations, as I like to call it, I'm going to send you over to Daniel and see what he is looking at.
Thank you, Amara. Good to be off the vehicle in here with Onkabetse, and we are standing in the middle of the crime scene here that we were investigating yesterday, and we're going to investigate it from a completely different perspective. We are where the giraffe was killed by those lions, and if you don't believe us, have a look right down here. Here are some of the remains. And I think this would be a great place to kind of start the day. Onkabetse is going to take us through. If it weren't for Onkabetse in the Tracker Academy, we wouldn't have found these giraffe at all. I mean, these lions eating this giraffe at all. It happened on the morning when we were with the buffalo. Take us through how your morning started and how you kind of started tracking the lions until you found them and found them here feeding on this giraffe.
Perfect. Good morning once again. I'm Onkabetse Utimbile, a Tracker student in Tracker Academy in Sandringham. Yeah, so we started following these lions yesterday early in the morning. I think it was roughly 7 to 8, somewhere there. So we started not far from our camp, just by the strips, because these lions, a day before yesterday, we saw them on the other side of the river. So we predicted that maybe they will come this side. So we drove around the strip side, and then we eventually found our tracks there. So we started tracking these lions. There were 6 yesterday when we last saw them. So we started tracking them, and from the tracks where we first saw the tracks, looks like it's elephant. Sorry, it looks like they were running. So when eventually we started following them, and we saw that there was some tracks of giraffes. These giraffes, they were also running towards where the tracks of the lions are heading. So now we are having an idea of what might have happened or what is going to happen next. Now we have an idea, so we are tracking these lions, hoping that we will find them on the carcass, which we did. We tracked these lions for almost 1.5 hours to 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and do you think these lions are good at hunting giraffe?
I think these lions, they are good, very, very, very good at hunting giraffes, because before they killed this giraffe, they started chasing buffaloes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think we were in that sighting. We were just on the other side of the river. Remember when they were kind of jumping on the back of the buffalo? But they are not as good at hunting buffalo as they are hunting giraffes.
Giraffes, yeah, perfect. So, yeah, like I said, they are good in hunting giraffes, because we've come across, I think since we came here, I come across 4 or 5 giraffe carcasses.
Yeah, I've got a similar feeling. They do really well on giraffe and hunt them a lot. Okay, well, we're going to do a bit more investigating around this crime scene and see where the lions are. They're definitely not around here. We would have heard them, or they would have seen us by now as well. And while we investigate around here, let's go back over to Tsepo, who seems to have found some eland.
You'll tell me. Oh, like I said, you will never get to see or know what is around the next corner. So as we just came just to the corner, and there we go. We are with the biggest antelope in the property. Everyone is making their way to the open plain where the sun rays will shine a little bit better, so that they can actually get to warm up a little bit. There is one bull just moving a little bit forward there. I was hoping he was going to come a little bit closer, so that you are able to actually experience and just get to hear those clicks when they actually move. Of which scientists believe it's because of the structures on their feet, but there's a little bit of debate in terms of where that comes from. So we're going to be trying to actually get a very good positioning where we are able to see them, but at the very same time where we do not actually bother them and just give them that time, you know. If you actually look at how beautiful the sun actually comes and everyone around, just look at that. So everyone will try to make now their way to open field like that. That's where the herbivores get excited. It's perfect time for them to start feeding as the first sun rays actually gets to the landscape and starts to actually warm them up. Very quite short, sharp horns there, eh? Hello, Benji. The female have slightly thinner, but in terms of shapes, yes. But you will notice the males are going to get quite thicker compared to the ones of the males, and slightly longer compared to the ones that we are actually looking there. Sometimes the shape do differ in terms of where they go. I have seen some that have split a little bit wider and some a little bit narrow. So in terms of shape and where they do actually go, it will slightly be different. But overall, in general, it's more similar. It's just going to be those genetics that plays quite a role in terms of how the horns comes out in terms of shape. But if you look at the bull at the back there, you'll notice that it is similar shapes with the cows that we are actually looking at. Oh, just when that color just hits. Definitely agree with you there, Anna Marie. Quite impressive, because you wouldn't actually think an animal this size that can actually get to reach up to about 900 kilograms is able to jump as higher than me. It's quite impressive. It's impressive animals indeed, Anna Marie. And it's just the perfect spot for them. Be able to see the surrounding. But as we let our earlands be, as they actually prepare for their day, I'm going to send you back to Daniel, who's still looking at and investigating the carcass right there.
Okay, thanks very much, Seppo. And yes, you did right. We're still investigating this crime scene. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put Unkabetse to the test. And although this might seem like a crime scene and not so much a tracking test, it's an incredibly important part of a guide or a tracker's job to understand and distinguish what's actually happened here, what happened before, during, and where the lions might be now. So let's get Unkabetse to take us through here and what's happened and where they might be.
Yeah, so here is where these lions actually killed the giraffe. As you can see, all of the inside of the giraffe, like its droppings and stuff. You can see this giraffe has been feeding on the tambotis for quite some time now. So yeah, as you can see, there are lion scuds over there. Around here, there are lion scuds. It means that it was lions indeed here on this giraffe kill. So this scene happened, I think it's a night before yesterday. So these lions have been here for quite some time now. So
I'm going to interrupt you quickly because we've just had a visitor come and pop his head in here. Let's see if Shawnee was just saying he's never seen a hyena here at Sandringham. And there's a hyena just over here, Shawnee. You see him there through the bushes. Jackie, how do we know it's safe? We did have a good look around. I mean, this hyena has come to investigate this carcass. It's not so much us. But we don't feel too threatened with the hyena there. They're almost too intelligent and they don't hunt people. So he's just looking at us, watching, and he's going to wait for us to leave before it comes in here to kind of see if there are any scraps. It doesn't look like there's too much, but maybe some of the softer bones or even some of the harder bones that the lions couldn't get into.
Definitely.
Okay, so Onkabetse, what do you think the lions would have done once they finished this carcass? They have moved off. They're definitely not around here. Where do you think they could be?
This lions, since they are not around here, there's a water hole just not far from here. When you go a little bit further to the east, to the eastern side, for sure, maybe after they've eaten, they went to drink water, or maybe then after drinking water they can head maybe far north, because they like to be that side also on the fence line.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's get back in the vehicle. Let's head to that water hole, see if we can't find some tracks of these lions that are moving around, and let's see if we can't find them. Fantastic. Let's send you back over to Ian in the Sabi Sands.
Well, we lost those lion tracks, unfortunately. We sort of followed them on the road to the cut line, and then they sort of disappeared. So I think I need a few weeks, months, years at the Tracker Academy. But yeah, interesting. I heard they were talking about hyena. Had a few hyena visit us in our camp last night, and then just before bed I was watching this clip of a hyena, and the hyena, it was the weirdest clip. I don't know if it was AI but this hyena basically walked onto a river, I think it was the Mara, jumped into the river, started attacking a hippo that was floating, and then slowly drowned. And it's like everyone was trying to figure out what the hyena was doing, and I can't work out if it's AI or if it had been bitten by a snake. Someone said it might have been rabies. Sonia, that question, how did I become a guide? I was at a point in my life where I just felt like I was missing purpose, and I didn't really know what the next step was. I tried a lot of businesses, I tried a lot of jobs, from all sorts of things, selling fish to working corporate to doing IT to I can't even remember all of them. And then I went and saw a guy who turned out to be a sangoma, and he said to me, "You've got a connection with nature," and that led me into going on to do the guide training course with And Beyond at Nkwazi, and then I became a guide. And then I left Ngala, and another friend of mine who was a very well-known trails guide in the Kruger, taking people on trails, said to me, "You should look into the culture guiding side of things." And so then I got into the culture guiding, I did adventure guiding, and now I sort of float around and do a little bit of everything just to mix it up, and sometimes it's to pay the bills, sometimes it's to feed my soul. And I guess I've been doing it now since when did I start? In like 2010, so I'm like on 16 years, giving away my age a bit. And I also regret starting it so late, but these things you can't quite predict, and stuff happens for a reason. So you got to roll with the punches, but it's definitely, one thing I will say about getting into guiding is it's made me want to be, a better version of myself. When you getting kind of paid to take people who are paying a lot of money to be on an experience, you've got to show up, and you've got to be enthusiastic, and you've got to show them the beauty of our country. And that's the other thing that I really enjoyed, was falling in love with my country all over again, and seeing the best of it, and meeting the people that are behind the scenes in tourism. I think if you chat to anyone that travels through South Africa, they will comment on how amazing the people are. Obviously we've got beautiful landscape, beautiful animals. That just has almost become a given for me. But it's the energy of the people, and the generosity of the people that you meet when you're staying at the lodge, when you chat to people in the streets, when you meet the people of South Africa. They are so proud, and that makes me, you know, it makes me raise my game a little bit and try and keep up with that energy and that pride being South African. And it also, you know, affords me to go to places and see things that probably wouldn't have done, you know. And so that's a real privilege. So just going back on that theme about the hyenas, and it'd be great if someone could verify that clip, but we're just going to go and check in on a clip with hyenas standing on a hippo carcass in the Mara.
Here we had some hyenas, and these hyenas seems to be on a feeding frenzy. In the background there's some hippos, and you know what? This hippo was in a fight. Looks like he was in a territorial fight, and what happened? He got killed. So hippos will always fight over territory, and young or older bulls sometimes can succumb to the fight. So these hyenas, sometimes we see them to be the cleanup crew, the cleanup squad. They play an important role in this ecosystem. You can see there's a big clan here. I reckon there's about almost 40 hyenas around here.
Well, that sounds like quite a scene there with those hyena and that hippo. My director's promised that you'll send the clip to me so I can have a look at it. We always just spotted some kudu. Maybe we can... Oh, how's that for? I've got a few bushes in between, but I don't think I've seen too many kudu since I've been here at Sabi Sands. It looks like a mom and a youngster. And they seem fairly alert, but not like they've seen any predators alert. Oh, there's a third one. It looks like they're nibbling on that bush. It looks like balanites that they're feeding on. Yo, Connie, that's I'm pretty sure it would, but I don't think I've ever seen the youngsters alarm. Normally it's the adults, but I'm sure if the danger's there, they would. But yeah, that's an interesting question.
Alright then, let me show you what you're missing. Our archive allows you to delve into the past, be it yesterday or many years ago. You can visit characters who've left us.
Doesn't ever get old.
This is, of course, the Little Prince, Hosanna, guides who've moved on to other things.
Tingana's walking right in front of my vehicle.
These guys are the sausage tree pride.
Classic stories and wonderful moments. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together. We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
To have that slowness. For me is the goal. These two have definitely stopped feeding and they're looking behind us. We did pass an APU vehicle. I wonder if they picked up on that. And then they're looking at us now. No one's gone back to feeding, so it's not too serious. But after me speaking about my lack of tracking, let's go and check in with Dan and the team at the Tracker Academy. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for that, Ian. We, under Onkabetse's instructions from that giraffe carcass, we've come towards the nearest watering hole, which is just here on our right, in search of any tracks. We haven't seen any yet, but we're going to slowly drive around here, trying to see if we can't find any. But this is a great opportunity for us to get to know Innocent a little bit better, and I know he's an incredibly busy man. So Innocent, thank you for your time. What has your year involved so far? I know you've been traveling lots, and where are you going to next?
Thanks, Buti. So it has been very, very busy. I was in New York with Alex. We're doing some fundraising for the Tracker Academy. And I was supposed to go to Mozambique to do some predator habituations, just to help them to habituate predators there so that they can view them.
Where in Mozambique is that? That's super interesting.
That is in the Karengani Game Reserve.
Where is that?
That is just on the eastern boundary, on the eastern boundary of us, between Kruger and South Africa, close to Singitali-Bombo.
Very cool, yeah, okay, very cool. And then how long are you here for, and then where are you off to next?
Next, we're gonna go back to Mozambique to that predator habituation again, and see how it's going there. We've got our students that are busy running the project at the moment, and they've managed to find pride of lions.
Jeez.
So we'll go there and have a look and see how everything is going.
I promise you are the future of this industry in habituating these animals and getting them to behave like they do. Liverpool bird, I mean, this question is going towards Innocent. Do trackers often go on to have careers with the reserves and the companies around the areas?
Yes, absolutely. So we train 32 trackers in a year. So all of them, once they've graduated, we send them into different game reserves to work as trackers.
And is their job guaranteed?
Yes, we've got about 90-95% of employment after they've graduated.
Jeez, that's amazing.
At the moment, all the trackers that we've trained, there is none that are not working. All of them are employed.
That's amazing. I must say, like, I've spent quite a few times or a few weeks with the students in the Tracker Academy. The caliber of students that are busy training there are unbelievable. Any business would be lucky to have them. And with trainers like Innocent, Renius and Alex, geez, they are really the top and the cream of the crop. Kind of come up towards the top of this watering hole. I'm going to stop and carry on talking to Innocent while we have a good look there. Unkabetse in the back, if you see a lion or a track, let us know. Innocent was just telling us a good funny story about a late friend of ours and an absolute tracking legend, Richard Koza, who was an unbelievable man who passed away a few years ago, sadly. And Alexandra's a big fan of you guys.
Thank you so much.
So, when you first got to Ngala and you met Richard Koza, what were your impressions? What did he think of you?
So I remember in 2011, when I first got into Ngala, I was at a workshop trying to fix a tire, and I was 20 years old. I was very tiny. And Richard, he comes in and finds me struggling to fix this tire, and he has this deep voice, and he just said to me, "Are you the new trekker?" I said, "Yes." He just laughed at me. He said, "No, the lions are gonna have fun with you when you go out there because you're so small." And he was actually one of the first guys that I tracked lions with him on foot.
Yeah.
And he let me lead the lion trailing experience that day, and we found them.
That is amazing. He would be incredibly proud of you today. I promise you that. He was an unbelievable man and like really a master tracker. Another very good friend of his, Adam Mabula. Tell me you've got a funny story about Adam Mabula.
So
at all?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I want to hear it. I'm going to phone him later and tell him this.
So myself and Adam, we're actually related. He's actually my uncle.
Okay.
And he's been trekking for many, many, many years. And now he's busy with us Trek Academy, and he's doing his assessor course to be qualified to assess trekkers. And the funny part is that now he's become my student, and he's actually my uncle.
That is brilliant. I'm going to phone him. I'm going to say, "You're now innocent student." It's completely switched. He's not going to be happy about that. Okay, well, we're here at this watering hole. We're having a good look around. Nkabetse, did you see anything? Any tracks yet?
No, not yet.
No tracks. So what do we think? Where do we think these lions have gone? If they haven't come to this water hole, where do you think they've gone?
Yeah, I'll say they went this side.
Back up that side. I mean, for me as well, I would have guessed they would have come to have a drink after eating so much. Do you think they would have moved far with such big full bellies?
I mean, the lions of Sandringham, since I came in Sandringham, something I know about them or something I've learned about them, they can walk.
They can walk very far.
Yeah, I can't say they didn't go far. I can't say they went far. Just yeah.
That's a good answer. I mean, he says these lions at Sandringham, and lions operate differently all over the place. He says they can walk very far even with the full belly. Okay, well, while we sit here and have a good look around, we're probably going to have to change our plan and go a little bit up that way. Let's go and have a look at some anti-poaching.
Wildlife, some of the most important work starts before the sun rises. While the bush is still asleep, Mabula's anti-poaching unit is preparing for another day on the front line.
So purely 2 field rangers in the bush operating. We'll start with basic training with them. Basic training will be discipline, advanced fitness, first aid, map reading, radio procedures, dangerous game, animal behavior.
So this burn gel is what you use for those serving the shit. It's extremely flammable, so we always keep those things once a year.
We do like this because we avoiding even the small in the bush. Good there. And we close it. Anti-poaching, we are here in the bush. We do movement here, we protect the big five here.
This specific team was deployed to work early morning before game drives to take over from a night shift where they will take control of that area of any movement, gunshot reports, any animals being injured, any vultures flying, any hyenas moving too much or jackal, to see if there's any activity of injured animals, and human detection, see if there's any signs of humans, any tracks, any odd, maybe cigarette butts laying somewhere, maybe a sweet paper hidden in the bush, any tracks and signs of poachers.
Yeah, now it's time to move in out for patrol. If you are walking in the bush, you're supposed to keep quiet, don't talk too much in the bush. You're supposed to observe every side, you observe to concentrate in the bush.
Every patrol starts with preparation, because in this line of work, every detail matters.
All of rhinos here, they have numbers. If we find the rhino, is the somewhere we posted here, is the Ngorongoro plain. Report in the control room. We will find 5 rhinos. The number of rhinos is 20 or 30, or on right side or left side is number 7. The control room is writing down and writing the date. That's why it's simple. Every time if we are going patrol, we do like this.
Their work starts in silence, with routine and discipline. Every piece of gear checked, every role understood, and every movement purposeful.
different dogs. We're not just using one breed. We'll use the dogs, pure tracking dogs, DBs, Blood and Doberman Cross, which will be for only tracking, following suspects or lost and found people. And it's only tracking, and then we have some Malinois that will be used for short distance tracking and detection work, finding explosive or finding firearms or ammunition or narcotics.
So these guys is obviously now walking off into the bush, and they've made a mark here, or this is the starting point of where they're walking off. So what's the plan now?
It's purely just an exercise for the dogs. So this is just like mimicking a scent pad we put. So when we start the foundation training with the dog, we'll put the harness, you can get the harness there, we'll put the harness down under the track. This is the start of dog. When the dog's going to come here, you will see she will clearly go for the harness. She knows the harness is where I stop.
Okay.
Now she knows. That's where we want to start. So we use the hectic and color, the orange, chicken, purely if the dog break loose and run away, the support can find the dog easily.
Okay.
That's abruptly. Okay, that's my picture of feigning touching. This is the short and easy explanation. I would work, but we'll do this over a distance of 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers. A couple of times a week for the training. All the rewards of the dog are food driven. We don't give them a ball like Mallies. It's hound to give them food. They want to chop.
My favorite part of this job is trekking with the dogs. There's no way he will not love me because I'm the only one that's taking care of him. My boy.
On a daily basis, I will come here early morning at around 7 and I will load up some of the dogs and I will take them to either a plane or one of the houses and I will conduct a search. I will get someone to hide either ammunition or a toy or something else that we would look for, and then we will send the dogs to go search for it. So we'll have a handler that's holding the dog on leash and we will say soup, and then they will go look for whatever we have hidden and indicate, and then we come back, they get their breakfast, and I carry on with the next bunch of dogs.
The plan for tonight, we are about to leave now for an OP, observation post. So we are going to look after the rhinos the whole night. When we're there, we use night fishing to see those animals. We are not allowed to use a torch because once you use a torch, you show those guys where you are, so they're gonna attack you easily. So we use the torch when we are in danger, like when the animals charging us, we only allowed to use the torch. But when we walk, we don't use the torch, we just use the night vision. So that is where they report the rhinos. We found the 2 rhinos here. So we're going to do the OP here. So you have to prepare so we can start watching those rhinos. This is our first spot, yeah? So the reason why we put those babies on top, we see the weather seems like it's gonna rain at night. So that's why we put these things to cover us when we're inside when it's raining. So for now, when we're done doing this baby, we have to go out to observe those rhinos where they are now.
It takes a special kind of commitment to do this work. Day after day, these teams are standing on the front line, protecting the wildlife that defines places like Mabula Private Game Reserve.
Well, everyone, we've just come across a side-striped jackal, which is something you don't see every day. I'm just gonna... we'll follow it. Let me know if you want to move back and forth. Looks like it was hunting in this long grass. Very relaxed, not too far from us. Oh, there we go. What's it hunting? Maybe mice? I don't want to move the vehicle just yet, but very cool. Side-striped jackal. You can see how it pounces there, trying to grab what it's doing. That's what we actually saw, was this tail sticking up in the air, and it was doing exactly what it's doing now. It's a very interesting sighting. Like I said, you normally see the bit of the black-backed jackal, but not side-striped. Should I move back a bit? Just very focused on this long grass and that, and there's that tail looking like a bit of an aerial. I'm trying to think when I last saw a side-striped jackal. It's kind of moving around a bit, so Veronica, I don't think I would. Maybe someone from the Tracker Academy. But it's, I mean, when we came across, it's very grey. You know, it's got that sort of marking on the side. So, yeah, I think that's about the only way I can tell it is by looking at it. But I'm looking at the track in my little book here, and I know the black-backed jackal has a very sort of cross-shaped track. So I'm trying to flick between the two pages, but I'm not seeing a huge difference in the two. Very subtle, I think, to be able to tell the difference. The only difference is that the track in the black-backed jackal is darker than the one on the side stripe, so no, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference. The feces are almost identical to the black-backed jackal, and in my book it says approximately 5 centimeters long, the spoor, identical to that of the black-backed jackal. So that's going to answer the question, I think, if this book is right, Signs of the Wild. But what a cool sighting, and so relaxed, and hunting, so maybe we'll get a bit of a predation here. You know, I don't really have much experience with these animals. I'm going to sort of back up. What do you think? But I do remember when I was working at Ngala, and we had a one was calling outside the lodge, and let me know when we're good, Paul. Behind that marula. And one was calling, and I remember there was this superstition from the staff in the lodge that when one calls, then it means you know, it's a bad omen. And ironically, there was a guest who had to get to the hospital that night. There's some medical issue that they were suffering from, and had to get the guest quickly to the hospital. So I'm not sure if that is going past the terminalia tree there, running off a bit. It's in a nice open section here. Oh, I think we're going to have to try and like reversing with our side view mirrors here, so bear with me. We might be able to pick it up on the other side of the road. Can I? I'm going to turn around, eh? Maybe we can get it on the other side of the road. But that's pretty exciting. Gives us something to find and see and look and talk about. just try and get across this field and see if we can catch up with it. Can you see it? Oh, just lost it now. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna... Milo, like I said, I don't really see a lot of side-striped jackals, but this one's alone, so I'm gonna say, yeah, I think that's fairly normal. I'm pretty sure they're very similar to the black-backed jackals, so sometimes you'll see them in pairs, sometimes alone.
Yeah, but then it's been called, so
Just hearing a Franklin on the other side where we were. Sounds a little bit distressed. I'm trying to read up on these things as we go. I think the difference for the well, I'm just reading from my book as we go, but the difference is the call. This one has like an owl-like hoot, and the black-backed jackal has that sort of rather eerie howl. It says they're found singly or in pairs, so that answers that question from earlier. And there's a belief from the Bayai people, I think I pronounced that correctly, in the Okavango Delta, that they signify the appearance of lions, and that'd be great as well. Don't go that way now, we've just come across to have a look at you. I'm gonna go forward a bit to see if we can get another view. But yeah, Anthony, I agree with you. It's always nice to see something a little bit different. How are we doing there, hey? Something different. It's nice in the open, and what's really great is that this jackal is not really bothered by us, you know, so it's carrying on with its normal behavior, which I always like. There it notices us and gives us a bit of a profile. Getting great shots there, Paul. Now it looks like it's going to lay down. Kind of chose a spot behind the bush. And there's an eye through the grass. But that was, yeah, really cool to see. And something different for me. So while we sort of sit and watch it, we'll go and check in on a highlight from about 3 years ago of same animal, the Sabi Sands.
Look at this! It's a side-striped jackal. Very cool. We're out on quarantine, and a couple of weeks ago we had the black-backed jackal. Now we have the side-striped jackal, pretty much in exact same spot that we had the other jackal in. You can see that very identifiable white spot on the tail, and they have that grey kind of tinge to their fur, and obviously stripes on the sides. Searching around for little critters. The side-striped jackals, oh look at you, hello! Side-striped jackals are a little less kind of predatory. Oh, a second one. We've got 2. Yay! A lovely pair. Oh, this is so sweet. This is amazing. I'm so excited for this. So side-striped jackals, they tend to go or have more of an omnivorous diet. Compared, of course, to the black-backed jackal, which you'll see a lot more kind of scavenging at carcasses. You'll see them actually preying on small mammals and things a lot more than you would see from the side-striped jackal. Side-striped jackal, they go a lot more for like insects, invertebrates, fruits, like the jackalberry. Digging, what are you digging for? Oh, this is so cool.
Well, as you came back, this one just put its head up, but before we were just ears, and so easy to just drive past and miss something like that. So I think I'm pretty lucky with this morning, making up for our quiet drive yesterday. And it's been a bit of a quiet start this morning, but yeah, if you think about how seldom I see the side-striped jackal, probably seen more aardvark than side-striped jackal, so fantastic to see. My director was telling me, yeah, not too many clips in the archives of side-striped jackals either, so gonna dine out on this one. But yeah, now you drive past here and you've got to be pretty sharp to spot those ears. Maybe a bit easier with the head up, but if Mpho didn't have this on the screen, I don't think I can see it. Oh, there it is. Just a little bit of movement. I wonder where the other one is. Maybe laying down in this field. They are nocturnal, so no, Trinity. I don't know too much about side-striped jackals. I'd have to Google that one. Maybe 2. I saw we had a pair of black-backed jackals where I worked last year, and they had 2 pups. I can tell you the gestation period is 60 days, if you're talking about pups. And now I've lost, there's headers. 3 and 6, my efficient director tells me. It'll be great to see a whole litter of them. But I can imagine it must be quite a challenge raising 6 pups in the Sabi Sands. Quite high predator density. Must be a challenge raising 1, actually. Well, while this side-striped jackal lays in the cover, let's go and check in with Dan and find out if and when he last saw one. Okay, welcome back, and we have come right, and I mean I'm going to say Onkabetse came right, and we have managed to find these lions. I didn't know that the males were feeding on that giraffe carcass, although it makes perfect sense because it disappeared very quickly. And yeah, we've got a whole lot of lions here. It's not so easy to see all of them because they are laying in the grass. I wonder, Sean, this one that's coming towards us, let's see if she doesn't come and have a drink. I'm just going to let Sean kind of, and you'll see now that Onkabetse was dead right. The first thing that these lions went to do is go and look for water.
I didn't know that this pan even existed. So we drove around the block. We didn't find any tracks of any lions. And then Onkabetse off the back of the vehicle pulled off a great spot. Found them here. Look at her, she's going to come and have a drink. She doesn't look like she's eaten so much of that giraffe. She hasn't got a full belly. But when you've got a full stomach, you don't have to move too far. I mean, they would have been very happy last night. It was a cooler evening, but having full bellies means you can stay much warmer and you don't have to use so much energy, or you've got excess energy allowing you to stay warm. I mean, that water doesn't look so appealing, but these lions are tough and can drink anything. Stephanie, a little bit of a celebration dance. Good stuff. Yeah, it's amazing how when you actually get into the details of what's happened and try and put the story together of these lions from yesterday eating the giraffe to now kind of all regrouping. I can't see how many lions are around here, but there are lots. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think at least. There could be some more that are laying around. Onkabetse says he's counting 13. That's a fair amount. I don't see that white lion Passanwari sleeping around here. It's not to say he's not here, although he does stand out quite a lot more. Another day in the life of the Blacktown Pride, and luckily for us, here comes another one from the back there, maybe to have a drink, one of the young males. Luckily for us today, the Tracker Academy have helped us find these lions. Innocent in the front. I'm not going to give Innocent the credit. He's had found lions too many times. I'll give it to Onkabetse in the back there.
He deserves it.
You reckon Onkabetse deserves it? I think so too. You're a guest today, man. You reckon? Yeah, you guys can come and drive whenever you want. No problem. See, this younger male's also gotten a bit thirsty. I wonder if... I don't know if you can hear that, but those lions are lapping the water up. It's amazing how they use that tongue. It's kind of like the back side of the tongue acts as like a cup. Goes down, picks up the water and straight into the mouth. I mean, they're not getting a heap of water with each lick, but sufficient when you put 100. Okay, I'm going to keep quiet for a moment. See if you can't hear them lapping it up. And I mean, it now makes sense. I think, Onkabetse, you said when you were tracking them the first time that there were only 6 lions. Is that right, eh? Yeah. So, and do you think that the 6 lions were the ones that took down the giraffe?
No. Maybe they joined this ones and then they took down the giraffe. Or they could have took down the giraffe, 6 of them, because it's possible that they can take the giraffe, 6 of them.
Yeah, and then everybody seemed to join. I mean, the males are here as well, and that makes why that giraffe was finished so quickly.
The giraffe was not a fully grown giraffe.
Sorry, I know. Innocent, why don't you interpret? I mean, you're the one with the microphone at the moment. What do you think happened? Do you think the 6 lions took down that giraffe, or do you think these males came and helped them?
We think the males might have took the giraffe down, because yesterday morning we tracked almost 7 of them coming from a different area. And then we had another 6 that was coming from a different area. So they both joined up together. So the 6 that we were tracking, they might have joined the first one that killed the giraffe.
Okay.
Because like Onkabetse was saying, they were running when we were tracking them. So they might have had the other one kill the giraffe and then come and join.
And once one kills a giraffe, it's a free-for-all. Whoever gets there and the biggest and the strongest gets to feed.
Yes.
But yeah, there's actually quite a lot of movement here. I mean, that lioness has just gone off to the left. She's going to go and meet one of the males. Male doesn't look like he's so interested in her. Ray, Feline Friday has started. I mean, that's a fair way to say that. I'm hoping that this Feline Friday continues and that we don't just get sleeping lions. Maybe they get up and move around. I wouldn't get my hopes too high though. Lions have got to be very careful about how they expel their energy, and they've worked so hard to kind of take down a giraffe, and they've got the rewards of full bellies and full energy levels. And until they need to expel that energy again or hunt again, they're probably going to spend a lot of time resting. They haven't moved very far from where that carcass was. I would guess, I mean, Innocent, how far do you think they've walked from where that carcass was to where they are now?
200 meters.
200 meters, so very close. And they haven't used much energy at all, and they would have all been sleeping here together. Safety in numbers. I think one of the biggest advantages that this Black Dam Pride is going to have when those fences go down is actually sticking together and working together as a pride. Real Green, that lioness looked quite old. She was quite old. She's definitely one of the dominant lionesses in the pride. I'm not exactly sure of what her age is, but she's probably maybe just around 10 or just over 10. The males, let's see where she's going. The males will, if they get to around 10 and live just past that, they've done a really good job. But the lionesses can live a little bit longer. They don't have to deal with as much physical fighting and competition as the males do in order to chase away rivals. So the lionesses can get anywhere up to 15, and in captivity they can live a lot longer. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can move a little bit forward here. Because it looks like that lioness has gone into the rest of the pride there and doing a bit of a greeting, which is always a nice thing. I wonder if this gap here might work. Sean, you let me know when that gap's working. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but let's see if that works. I mean, that hyena that we saw earlier come in and investigate the carcass. You ready there, Shorty? That hyena that we saw coming in was actually So, Innocent, did you get that question from Norm? How long does it take you to study and graduate?
So the course is a full 1-year course. We start in January and the students graduate in December. And we spend about 1,300 hours in the field trekking.
1,300 hours per student or total?
All the students.
That's crazy. Hey?
Yes.
1,300 hours of walking on foot. That's a crazy assessment.
Over 100 encounters with dangerous animals on foot.
Jeez, that's a crazy valuable experience. And I mean, it's completely different. There's one thing kind of like opening a book and trying to learn something, but the real valuable lessons get learnt in the field. Being on foot, 1,300 hours of experience that no book can ever teach you. That's some real valuable lessons when you're kind of going into the real guiding world, and without the trackers we won't be able to view lions like us. We were even talking about it earlier, Innocent and myself. We were saying these lions when we first got here were very shy and very skittish, but after, it's now years. I mean, when did the Tracker Academy first come into Sandringham? 3 years ago?
3 years ago, yes.
3 years of like continually tracking and viewing in a sensitive and ethical manner. You get these animals to start calming down and relaxing and behaving like lions, whether we are here or not. And because of that, we have the true luxury of being able to sit here and watch them doing what they would do whether we were here or not. I mean, you guys can be a part of this. Why don't you get Wild Earth to kind of plan a safari? You can come and work, come and travel to these beautiful destinations and be a part of the journey where you are habituating lion prides, this Black Dam Pride. Come and stay at Sabi Sandringham or any of these other lodges around here, and we can plan it for you. Choose your guide. Come and be a part of the process. It'd be so great if we see that male at the back there get up. He's looking like he wants to. There we go. Oh, just an itch. Hopefully that itch has given him enough encouragement to get up. Maybe come have a drink. The other males look like they're not interested. But they've positioned themselves in a really good place, right around the water. I have been told that there are some younger cubs. I mean, I think they're about 6 months old in this pride. It doesn't look like there are any here. But this lioness looks like she's got some teats that have been suckled on recently. Okay, well, while we sit here and wait to see what unfolds, let's go and see what's happening with Ian's tracks and see if he has got any luck without the Tracker Academy there.
Well, we left that side-strap jackal. He went and lay down. We couldn't see him anymore, and we carried on our journey. And then we got to this junction here. We're on a sort of cut line, and we just came across, I'm not sure if you can see, nice big pug marks. Look at this one. It looks enormous. It's almost like this lion was running. But it looks really big, and we both sort of stopped and thought, wow, what's happening here? This looks like a really big male lion tracks. It could be that the sand, the sand's quite soft, but it also could be that it was running and it's moved along here. Another tracks. So we thought, oh, it keeps going. Maybe it's behind the bush, but I think we are going to just follow up. Whether it's a bigger one than the one we had, because we had other line tracks going that way in the same direction on the other side, but it's worth just following up a little bit and seeing what the story is here. But my experience with the lions is they can walk right across the property and then across another property and another property, but just from the size of these, it might be a different lion. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely worth following up. So I'm gonna do just that, but it's always nice to just come across tracks and just see what the story is. It's still quite cool, so maybe the lions are still active, but if you're not in it, you can't win it. Also some elephant tracks on the road here, but it sounds like we're going to go and check in with Sepo, see what he's got for us, and see what's happening at Mabula.
Alrighty, we've got something with spots there. Look at that. Can you tell who that is? That, ladies and gentlemen, is Queen. Quite so nice having to actually see her. Quite nice for us to actually see her again and see that she is doing quite well. The young ones seem to be nourishing as well. It's that time early in the morning where she actually want to keep them energized a little bit.
Yeah, 25 is flight cap.
Look at that. The young ones were coming up a little bit, just being on top of the mother now and then. It was so nice, it looked like they were actually giving the mother some back massage there. But you'll notice also, it's interesting with the spots that she has actually been choosing. It's not only spots where she can easily hunt, but it's spots where she can actually be able to see her surrounding as well. You'll see she never rests in terms of looking around and checking and scouting her surroundings. Oh, look at that. What are you seeing there, Queen? Are you seeing an opportunity there? Oh yes, Tina. Every time seeing Queen just melts our heart, especially because of she's just super nice, even around vehicles. She's just perfect for me, you know. Her behavior, the way she moves, her calculated moves, her survival instinct as a mother to two young ones like that are just super fantastic, Tina. It's always awesome. But as we actually wait and see what Queen can actually get something action for the day, I'm going to send you back to Daniel with some lions on the move.
Okay, welcome back. So this lioness who's kind of like in the front of the picture in the bottom left, she got up and she moved towards where we're sitting right now. And when she did that, everybody else kind of followed and listened, particularly the younger ones that are mostly in the picture now. We've positioned ourselves in a position where they are coming right towards us, and if she gets up again, they will very likely follow. Nkabetse, well done. This is your doing, and this is what trackers can do for you guys. When you guys are on a safari like this, often lots of hard work, and I pretend like I can track by myself on the vehicle, but having the professionals around here and finding the lions before it gets too hot and before they settle down allows us to get a sighting like this. And if we're very lucky, this lioness might get up and move again. I wonder if she's not trying to move away from those bigger, more dominant males. Lindy, what would be my piece of advice to someone in the industry? My piece of advice is, I guess, like, if this is something that you're super passionate about and really want to do, you've got to stick it out and you've got to start from the bottom and work your way up. It doesn't just happen very quickly. It takes a long time, passion, dedication, and many, many hours of hard work. I'm going to pass the question on to Innocent as well. If you were to speak to a young tracker, even on Nkabetse there, starting his career, what would be a piece of advice that you would give him?
My advice, most especially for Nkabetse, is to take it easy, start at a lodge, work, spend a lot of time on foot with the senior trackers, learn from them, and ask a lot of questions. And, allow yourself to learn slowly. Don't rush it. It's all going to come as you go.
Good. I think that's some very valuable advice. Yes, and I thought we were in the right position here to see all of these guys walk right towards us. I mean, Nkabetse, it's just a different thing. Can I steal that microphone? I'm going to pass it back to Nkabetse there. It's a completely different thing viewing these lions on foot compared to this vehicle, right? How do you feel these lions react compared to us sitting in the vehicle compared to when you find them on foot?
Yeah, because when you find them on a vehicle like this, I don't know how they are seeing us, but they relax, just like you see, they are relaxed. But when you view them on foot, it's different. It's a different thing.
What happens when you view them on foot? What do they do to you?
It's either they run away from you, or they mock charge you, or they charge you.
How do you feel when they charge you? What is the noise they make, and how do you feel?
The noise the noise that they make it's not nice. I don't want to lie. Yeah, it's something that you can feel like it's vibrating inside you. So it's not a nice thing when they charge at you. Not at all.
Yeah, and important not to run, hey?
Don't run. If you run, you're gone.
And these lions, do they more often than not get up and run away, or do they sometimes charge you? Which ones do they do most often?
Most often they just move away from us most of the times.
And why do you think that is? How do you think they see people compared to how they see this vehicle?
Because in the vehicle, I think in the vehicle they see just one thing.
Yeah.
Compared to when we are on foot, they can count or no. They are 1, 2, 3. Or they can see that there are people there. It's either danger or...
Since the beginning of time, people on two legs have been a threat to these animals. I mean,
yes, because
we might feel high and mighty here in the vehicle, but those lions are scared of us when we're on 2 foot.
Yes, because they can feel the vibrate from the footsteps that this is not a wild animal.
Yeah, and animals with eyes in the front of their head tend to be predators, and we are almost the apex predator out here, and the lion is very wary of a human being.
Exactly.
Although when it comes to push and shove, we've got no chance against a lion in a fight.
Not at all.
Running, fighting, we've got no chance. Mr. Elemental, are you talking about Nkabetse's eyeliner or the lion's eyeliner? No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, I think they are looking pretty. They're not really showing us so much of their eyeliner at the moment. And there are a few impalas alarm calling in the distance. And it'll be interesting. I mean, we're listening to the impala's alarm calling, but the lions, I'll take the cue as to whether it's even worth following up there. You'll see if an impala does get caught, whether it be by a lion or another leopard or even a hyena, and it starts making a sound that it has been caught, you'll see these lions run very quickly over there to try and scavenge it from whatever predator is killing it. Here come a few of the back stragglers. You see those males as well now starting to follow. Okay, while we sit here and wait for these lions to hopefully get up and start moving around, let's go and have a little check-in with our cheetah at Mabula.
So yeah, you can film her, but just to let you know.
We are still with Queen here, and she has been looking over the gully. There was a herd of blue wildebeest that was actually moving, but the only problem is it was on the other side of the gully, so there is water just in between them. Keeping the young ones quite closer to her, still nourishing them a little bit, and scout around and look around for any opportunity. You'll see the movement of the head, so the direction where she was facing. Rhinatown, thank you so much. It's Luyanda's magic, eh? Oh, look at that. She does actually see something. We might potentially see. You'll see the calculated movement. Oh, look at that. What did you see? Can tell it's a little bit chilly, it's a little bit cold for them as well. Trying to just get close to the mom as possible. Mom is not taking it anymore in terms of trying to feed because there is an opportunity around. Not that she doesn't want the little one, but she wants to balance between feeding you and feeding herself as well. See what it takes to actually raise successful cubs in the wild. She has to balance in between those moments of nourishing them at the very same time. Get and look for that opportunity to actually do something. Oh, look at that. Good morning. How was your night? It's a little bit similar, but they're more rounder, not as straightish as the adults, but similar. You can actually quite see the small lobes at the back trying to actually show up a little bit. Oh, this is just super beautiful, amazing. But because there is an opportunity around, we're going to be with Queen a little bit so we can see if there's action. But in the meantime, I'm going to send you back to Daniel with cats with less spots or no spots at all.
Okay, thanks, Tsepo. Yeah, you're right. We've got some affectionate lions here, and I'm sure these females are waiting to get away from these males. They've eaten most of their giraffe, now they're going to carry on. But before they do that, they're doing a bit of grooming and looking after one another. It's an interesting thought. I mean, after where we started this morning, in and amongst that giraffe carcass, you could see there was lots of fluid and blood and guts and all sorts of things that will be covering these lions. There would have been huge competition, and they might have even at some points been inside that carcass. And lions are very good at cleaning themselves and looking after themselves. But some of the really hard to get spots, like behind your head and behind your ears there, you're going to have to rely on one of your other pride members to help you clean that area. And you really want to try and clean yourself as much as you can to prevent bad odors. I mean, you don't want to be stinking so much in the bush here. You already got a really strong smell, and the wind will be transporting that smell. And if you have your very strong scent of a lion combined with dead animal, you're going to be putting a big target on your back and making hunting very difficult. So that's why this group is just kind of like plopped together, and that lioness in the middle is receiving some extra attention, making sure that she gets her proper bath from both ends and behind both ears. Gary, do we have any memorable tracking experiences? I've got a very good one, except I'm going to start with our guests this morning, and I'm going to start with Innocent. You can tell us a short story of a tracking incident that you've had, whatever the animal, we would love to hear it.
Beautiful. So I've had one with the students. Actually, we were tracking a pride of lions. It was 12 of them at Londolozi, and the students, he was like struggling to see the tracks. And that day he was struggling, looking too much on the ground. I coached him, lift your head, listen to alarm calls, and he couldn't quite get it. So we get into a spot where the lions have killed a zebra. They were lying down, and it was a tall grass, 2:30. It was very hot. So I let him walk around about 15-20 meters in front of me. And as he walked forward, he gets into a place where the lions were sleeping, and they saw him. They moved a little bit, and he couldn't see them. And as he looked down to look at the tracks, he then get up to see if he can spot them. And all 4 females charged at him, and I'm 20 meters behind him. They're charging, they're growling at him. It's his first encounter, and he just froze there. I had to rush towards him, shouting at the lions and telling him not to run. I asked him to back up a little bit. He couldn't move, so I have to reach out on him and pull him by his fleece to get him to reverse. The lion kept growling. The males at the back stood up and growls as well. So we have to reverse slowly, and they kind of like escort us until we're a bit far away. Get him into the vehicle. He was not in a good state. He was so scared.
That is amazing. Better the instinctive to freeze than to run, though, right?
Yes.
So yeah, very interesting. Cool story. I'm going to quickly share one while I pass the microphone to the back. Unkabetse. I'm going to pass that there. I'm going to quickly tell a quick tracking story as well. So a very good friend of mine, a late friend of mine, Thomas Mkonto, who I used to track with at Ngala. We were both a team for 5 years, and you develop an amazing relationship with this person. And I remember one afternoon we weren't really looking for leopard, but we kind of crossed over the Timbavati riverbed, and we were driving, and Tom's told me to wait, and he said, and I was like, whoa, we've got somewhere to go. Anyway, he hopped off, and on the vehicle, on the road, on top of vehicle tracks, you could see a female leopard who had walked there. And what made it more interesting is that you could see there was a drag mark. There was a carcass that she had dragged across, and the signs on the tracks can tell you that. Now, it was only about 20 or 30 meters to the riverbank, which is probably where she was going to hoist that carcass. Okay, well, let's put a pause on this. It looks like these lions might get up and move here as well. You just see the bigger lionesses, the more experienced ones, put their heads up.
This one is going already.
So, I mean, the signs of this leopard dragging this carcass along the road, she wasn't going to drag it into the riverbed. She was going to pick one of the big trees on the bank to hoist it in. Anyway, so we thought it was going to be a short walk. Thomas and I walked very slowly. It was very dense, thick bush, very slowly. We probably walked about 10 meters or so. We looked into the tree, and we saw an impala hanging. We're like, great, but no leopard. Okay, hold on. Let's put a pause on here, because this is a super special sighting. These lions are all getting up and walking towards us. Unkabetse, it's a different feeling when you're in the vehicle and they're coming towards you. On foot, you wouldn't let them do this.
Yeah, on foot, you wouldn't let them to do that. Hey.
Wow. Whole pride moving together.
Wow.
It's quite interesting as well. They've walked straight into the wind here.
It's very interesting.
There might be a different unsuspecting impala or something up ahead here. Cindy, this is super special. I'm super glad you've tuned in, and it is a huge thanks to Onkabetse and Innocent teaching us their ways on how to find the lines. I'm making sure to take as many notes as I possibly can here. These two males on our right are gonna, oh, let's see this guy. He's coming right up to us here, directly towards us as if we're not even here. How big and strong is that animal? What a sighting. Everyone moving together.
Explorers get exclusive extras like extended safaris, private live drives, fireside chats, and the Jackie's Waterhole Cam. Your membership also unlocks early access to travel opportunities, competitions, merchandise, and prizes. So sign up today and you could even win a luxury safari travel prize. Not bad, right?
Look at that particular frog.
Starting to become that independent leopard now. And these 10 cubs belong to 4 different females.
They sometimes come and say hi.
We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
And the rhino came all the way up to the termite pond and we were all sitting there, and it got quite close, I must say. It was like maybe a couple of feet away from us as we all sat there huddled, like not quite sure what to do. So that rhino bull obviously took umbrage and followed us. Could smell the rhino midden on the feet of us rangers and came to investigate. But fortunately it wasn't aggressive. I think it realized that we weren't rhinos and it kind of moved off. But quite a story, quite an experience. Just head in the bush, pretty static, enjoying life. We've seen a lot of signs of elephants, and the other day we saw a lot of elephants, and then yesterday we didn't see the elephants, but we saw all the tracks, all the debris, all the dung, all over the place. So nice to connect with the Ellie. Sure, Conrad. I guess a lot of it's just up to time, and that's one of the hard things about tracking with guests is it's exciting for the people doing the tracking, but for the guests who's sitting on the back of the vehicle, after an hour of tracking, maybe 2 hours, you've got to gauge where their attention's at and how they're enjoying the experience. Obviously, tracking is part of the experience. If you're working with the tracker, the guide will often let the tracker do most of the tracking and then loop around so you can work together, and that always makes sense. But sometimes you don't have the privilege of working with a tracker, and then you don't have that time to spend all morning or all afternoon tracking. So you've got to go back to the vehicle and drive a bit. So I normally gauge it if it's not on the road. It's quite hard, but you can see if it's fresh and whether it's worth following up. But it's always one you've got to make a judgment call on. But while we're watching this elephant, sort of putting its head further and further out of sight, let's go and check in with Tsepo.
Good morning, and we are still with Queen. You'll notice her limping has gotten a little bit better. She is recovering well. She did a little bit of a run and chased the little ones a little bit. So it looks like it was more of a muzzle maybe. Hello? Are you gonna use the termite man to have a little bit of a better view? And you'll see the cubs should follow suit quite shortly. They are still playing in the background and chasing each other there. There we go. Hello. What are you up to? This is one of the most amazing things to actually see, and we're just going to try to see and follow up on her so that we are able to see what she's up to. I'm glad to have seen her make that little run, because that for us is quite beautiful news, because that means she is recovering well. But also the beautiful thing is our ecology team is keeping up with her, and she is doing quite well. Yeah, you'll see they're so curious. Ooh, Shelly, let's see. I love tracking cheetahs. Cats are one of my favorites to actually track, especially with cheetahs, because they'll often walk on the road. But I would say maybe about 7 out of 10. Not as good as the guys on the other side with Ian. I'll just put myself on 6, and hopefully Innocent can actually come and teach me 1-2 things about trekking, and I can improve more on that. Oh, look at the young ones. They are so curious. Everything foreign to them, they just want to investigate and just see what that actually is. Are we gonna climb a tree? But as we actually keep up with these guys, they are a little bit energetic. I'm going to send you back to Imara, and maybe she can also rate her trekking on the other side.
Out of 10, how would I rate my tracking skills? In the Masai Mara, it's really tough, especially with big cats in the ground, because you don't see a lot of their footsteps. But I would like to think mine is either a 5. I don't know how to rate it, but I like looking at how other animals are behaving. And at least with our lions here, we can tell they are not too badly off. I don't know if they did get to hunt yesterday, but Lola is making me very curious about her parenting, because sometimes she lets the cubs kind of go into the thick bushes and a bit far from her sight, and I'm always like, why are you letting them go so far out? But the cubs are not here. It's just the lionesses. They were sitting here the first time we also came to check on them. They're looking at some topies, so I think they still haven't eaten. And if those topies do make their way this way, I don't think the topies have seen them. If the topies did see them, we'd be hearing a lot of snorting here and there. But I don't know what I hope the cubs just behave. Sometimes you have to be a really strict parent to the cubs, because the cubs feel like, oh, mom lets me walk away from her, she lets me go to this place and this place. At such young age, it's always good to be very disciplined, because not only have I heard of other actually big cats, from even leopards, sometimes you have cubs who are a little bit more curious than the other sibling, and if they wander off when mom is not around, they can find themselves getting lost or getting attacked by anything, because sometimes, they're still very vulnerable. They are not able to defend themselves in any way. And I was just looking around to make sure that whichever location she left them, because I did see a martial eagle around, and those are the biggest. It's a big eagle, very powerful raptor. And if that martial eagle did see any cub, oh, that's game over. And I wouldn't want to imagine that. That's why I'm just hoping that those cubs also listen to mom, as she also tries to get them a meal. If she eats, they eat. But I think these guys they're still looking a bit hungry, because that focus, they're just looking at some topies. But I hope that they do actually get something today, if not today, but soon. And from our lions, who are just sitting but observing, to some more active big cats, the cheetahs. Let's go see how the cheetahs are doing.
There we go. Yeah, these ones are a little bit up to some activities. We just had one that just came off the tree just now. Look at that. I just like how well they also camouflage. It's quite amazing, because it assists also in terms of the mother being able to put them in a safe area, and they are not easily spotted. Oh, look at that. It is time for a peaceful moment, young one. It's just, if you also look at these young ones, whether they are doing movement or whether they are just laying down, it's just super adorable to just put your eyes on them. The mother is just behind the trees there, the branches. You'll see now and then a flip of a tail, and that's where the other cub actually is as well. So I'm hoping that the one that we actually see plays a little bit of a trick on them and try to stalk them behind the branch there. Good morning, Sarah, and I hope you are doing well. So in most cases, they're going to actually be with the mom at about 18 months to 24 months, of which there will be about 2 years time. And that's where the mom will actually leave them. Sometimes she's going to be like, okay, my beautiful kids, be here. I'm going to try to get something for you and I'll be back. And she is going to leave. But if they are males, then they're going to stick together and form a coalition that they're going to continue moving together. But females tend to be more solitary. So once they are more mature, just after the age of 2, If it's females, they'll move a little bit and they're gonna figure out things by themselves, and they'll split and start trying to actually find life by themselves. But at least by that age, they have already learned a lot from the mother. They already have the necessary skills to actually survive. But because we just missed a little bit when they came off a tree, I'm going to send you to the highlight of the same cheetah cubs being or trying to actually climb a tree.
What are they saying? Is she encouraging them that they can come? She's saying you can come down. Just do it. Or is she saying, what are you doing up there? I told you not to go up there. Oh, well done, little guy. Well done. Now your sibling has seen that you can be successful doing it like this. Oh my goodness. I have never had a cheetah cub sighting like this before. Ever.
And we are back. Hopefully you have actually enjoyed that when they actually come down and the mom be like, hey, come down. And the one comes down and looks like, hey, are you not going to come down? It looks like we want to actually repeat what we have actually seen. That is the tree that it was actually up on top. There comes the sibling. Be like, do you think we can do it? Do you think mom will get us down? Because also, climbing trees is quite helpful for them. There we go. But also the mom will be quite careful that they do not just climb up and they get spotted quite easily by anything that can actually be a potential threat. So she would mostly want them on the ground, but if it is quite safe to do so, she will allow them just to play up on trees. Oh yes, Stephanie. I was quite lucky to actually get to have Atzile, but I only saw 3. Oh yes, there we go. There we go, everyone. Just as we wanted, showing off some skills there. See the younger one. You always have that one that wants to actually get the mom's approval. See, he's looking at the back and just trying to see if the mother is okay with them being on top there. Are you biting some grass there, young one? Is it on your face? Come on, are you gonna join? Hey, this is just super amazing. I'm having the most beautiful morning here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, looking at sibling and be like, are you coming? I'm trying to make space for you up. And it's quite nice. The other day as well, I had Katleho and Isaho up on a tree as well. It was quite nice to see, especially when they are big like that. So they will often also climb trees that are easily, like the branches are not quite far off for them to actually climb. Because as much as they do climb trees, they are not as good as leopard when it comes to actually climbing trees. But as we continue to see what these young ones and their mother queen are up to, I am going to send you back to Imara. And with some bedding, let's just see what she has for you.
Oh, Cubbies climbing trees. Very good for their claws also. It's nice for them to know what they're capable of. And here we have a bit of different birds. You can see we have a black-headed heron, we have a cattle egret, and 3 hammerkops. They've been standing together like this for some time, and I was just wondering like what's going on with these birds. But I think in this location there's a lot of frogs, a lot of insects, so abundance in food is great for them. Oh, another one joined in. But the heron, I noticed, is a bit of a bully. When it gets closer to the hammerkop or even the cattle egret, kind of shoos them away, but it makes sense. Much taller, much bigger. But when any of them moves, it kind of does disturb the grass, and much easier to spot anything. Another hammerkop, look at that. And it's nice we see the side profiles, where they're known as a hammerkop. I do see a hammer shape. Some preening going on. So for these guys, I think they're also enjoying the morning sun. It's nice for animals to just get some heat during the day. Well, actually morning time, because it is cool at night here in the Masai Mara. You can see that, just a lot of vast space and just our birds. And we're not too far from the lions, because the lions are making me very curious, because on this left side of where we left our birds, there is a very big herd of topies. And the topies are just in that direction. So when I see those topies, I'm just like, if the topies could come this way, to be really nice for the lions. Right now they were looking, one of them was looking, one of them got up, and it saw the topies, and I think they're just kind of like, let's lay low until they maybe get closer, which I'm hoping the topies do get much closer. To be really nice to see our lions in action, except from sleeping. And also I'm just curious where Lola has left her cubbies. I know she's kept them safe, but I always like seeing them and just getting a nice update on how they're doing, how they're looking. And there are 3 of them, which is really great. And Khalil is also around, so the young 2 boys, I don't know if they're becoming more of the babysitters, which is not uncommon. Sometimes you have like an older relative, now like the 2 boys, much older than the 3 cubs. And if all the moms are out and about, sometimes even the cubs can just stay behind as they're all napping, taking their rest, and they can just kind of watch each other. So a bit of a babysitter role. It's almost similar to even how jackals do it. Jackals do it on purpose, where you have the older sibling, and once the parents have another, let's say other pups coming in, then the older sibling takes care of them, like again, babysitting. So it does take all of them to raise each other, which is always great. Duckmane lover, yeah, I love hammerkops too. They are very overlooked, because I think people just look at them and think, oh, it's just brown and not interesting. But these guys are amazing architects. They love collecting lots of sticks. Their nest can contain up to 1,000 different sticks or items. But they are I think they do enjoy building, or they are busybody birds. It's so funny how they're just all hanging out together there, but I know it's just because of, one, there's food here. There's a lot of frogs. They do like their frogs. It's like another morning we're watching them, and I think we counted up to 4 frogs being caught by the hammerkops. But even by their behavior, yes, they're getting whatever they'll find in the grass, but I think even the sun is just the right temperature for them just to relax a little bit more and take in some heat.
When the Mara turns green, life surges, the air hums, the earth stirs, and the wild comes alive. Here, the wonder never ends. It just changes color. Every storm, every sunrise, every sweeping vista is an expression of wild magic. Visit the Masai Mara. Experience the magic. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. You'll also have access to our post-produced content, like a Wild Bush Week. Textbooks tell us that a ratio of 3-to-1 hyenas drive off lionesses. Safari Live Catch-Up.
We have got some doggies that are on the hunt.
And even that sort of cult favourite, The Wild Show. And the little one has made it out. Hopefully will rejoin the herd. Wild Earth Explorers. Wilder. Together.
Hi there, my name is Kerry Dupree, wildlife presenter and guide. What I love the most about guiding is being able to share my love for wildlife and nature with my guests. Very exciting to find those cheetah boys on a kill. Being passionate about your job makes the world of a difference because your guide definitely sets the tone of every adventure.
You can even try whatever bird is around as they just feel very curious and they want to see what they're capable of doing. Look at them just cleaning themselves and maybe having a bit of breakfast. We're going to send you to Daniel to see about the Tracking Academy. Let's hear about it and let's learn something new.
Okay, well, welcome back, everybody. And Onkabetse, well done, mate. We found those lions, and we really reap the benefits of your tracking efforts with an unbelievable sighting. You guys can be the same ones to benefit from something like that. Hard work often pays off. It's not always about finding the animals, but when you do, it's super rewarding, and what an unbelievable sighting. Nice team. Okay, so another super important part about a game drive is once you've had that amazing sighting, it's often a good idea to kind of story tell and sit and find a good spot, and often in the mornings that involves a coffee. So I've kind of come down to the riverbed where I would normally set up a coffee stop and make a time to sit and share some stories, and let's do exactly that. We've shared a few tracking stories, so I think we can continue that, and let's start with Innocent. He's got lots of trackers often carry a stick, and he's got a piece of history here in his hands, and I'd love to hear how you came into touch with this stick, and because it goes everywhere with you and it looks pretty unique. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this stick, how you got it and what it does for you?
Thanks, buddy. So this is my walking stick. I walk with it every day, and as you can see, this part from here to here, this is a root of a red bush willow. It's very hard and strong. And then from here all the way down, it's a horn of a gemsbok. So this part, the horn of a gemsbok, I was given by my mentor, Poki, in 2010 when I was training. He gave it to me and he said, I must follow my tracks and I must track until I'm old. And then this part I was given by my student also as a present, and he gave me the same message. He said, Menier, I want you to track until you're old. So I put both of them together and make this stick, and I call it Sipo, which means it's a gift. So wherever I go with Sipo.
Sipo's always with you. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Nkobetse, do you have a stick yet?
Nah, I don't have a stick yet, but I'm hoping I will have one. I need a nice one, like Sipo.
Sticks are a funny thing. The stick will probably find you rather than you finding the stick, right? Yeah. You weren't looking for it, but it came and found you.
Yes.
Cool. Well, we were talking a little bit about tracking segments. Tracking stories. Why don't you share one of your tracking stories over the past few weeks?
That will be good. I remember one of the days we're here in Sandringham with Menier Croc, tracking the same pride of lions that we just saw now, but they were having this white lion.
Yes.
So yeah, before they I don't know where they went. So we tracked these lions. It was actually one of the students, his name is Tabiso.
Yeah.
He was tracking those lions, and apparently we found those lions. I think they were feeding. Yeah, they were feeding, right? Yeah, they were feeding, and then all of a sudden they started. I think they were trying to chase that white lion.
Yeah.
So immediately after they started their fight, they straightly came running towards us.
And you were standing there on foot, eh? How many people?
Trust me, we were 10.
10 people. Okay. Walking with a big group of 10 like that is sometimes difficult, but at least there were 10 of you to stand together.
Difficult and dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you stick together as one, you become one.
Okay.
Look at that thing. So, yeah, it was really, really, really interesting to see the lions coming towards you. You are scared, and it's interesting. It's an experience that no one can ever give it to you.
It's a unique experience, and you're super lucky to have it. And good luck. Hopefully you develop many, many more unique stories like that over the future of your career.
Hopefully, yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I totally agree. It is one of the most beautiful and amazing feeling to actually be on foot. It's different feeling that you actually get compared to when you are in the vehicle. But we have actually allowed Queen to rest a little bit, to cool down. She moved off into a middle of the block, and we're just going to let her be for now and see what other special things we can actually find. I am loving the stick there, Innocent. I think I must also get my stick in the story. Hopefully it happens, because I believe the stick chooses you, hey? But we are going to continue on this side, and hopefully something exciting comes for us and we are able to enjoy it. Oh, hello, Jenny. Jenny, a den site is what makes it quite good and awesome is that it happens, or it is placed in an area where not many other potential threats can actually get to it. That is what actually makes it quite good. For an example, the wild dogs here did it on the mountainside, where not many actually gets there, and the cheetahs, they also do choose the mountains, and the previous female as well was choosing more close to the gully on the long grass as well. So it depends on the situation and the area, but what makes a good den site is how perfect they can actually hide that. But as we are looking for the mysteries of the bush, I am going to send you back to Imara with some birding.
Yeah, birds just flew off. We had some Egyptian geese who had another couple literally fly into them, then fought them, and then they flew off. It just happened so fast. Sometimes with these birds you can't really predict too much, but they are very territorial, very noisy, very loud. So that was just a really quick one. But I wanted to just move away from our lions as they are lying down. Fred, well, I don't know where to start, because for me it's just been very unorthodox, let's say. It's not really been a linear line where I went to guiding school or anything. Most of my knowledge comes from listening to other guides. If I do hear something, I'll go and read about it. So I'll go to like different websites, organizations. For example, you have like elephant organizations here in Kenya, giraffe conservation, predator, raptor. So when I go into their websites, you'll see a lot of their documents that I've talked about, especially some individual animals. And yeah, I learned about that. And in case I want to look for more knowledge, I usually just go onto the internet. Books are also a good idea. There's a lot of books that are very helpful. There's one called Pathfinder. It's really nice. If you're able to get your hands on that, I would recommend it. It does talk into detail about all the different species of animals. But sometimes I just go onto the internet, read some PDFs, watch lots of documentaries also, and ask as many questions as I can to other guys who are more experienced than myself. And I feel like as long as you're able to just improve on an animal, or let's say just something in general, learn something, one thing every single day, and by the end you'll notice that wow, they have so much knowledge just coming in together. And yeah, for me it's just been like that. It's not really I didn't go to school for it. I just really love animals, and sometimes I do feel like nature chose me, because I didn't think I'd be doing this as like a full-time thing. But honestly, I'm just very grateful, and it has always been a nice learning curve every single day. Just gonna try park. Maybe we'll see some smelly friends if they are around, but in the meantime I'm gonna see some rosettes. If you guys know what rosettes are, try guess which big cat has them. Let's go.
Well, welcome back to the Sabi Sands, everyone, and we've just had a brief glimpse of a leopard who has dropped down into this thick stuff. I'm not sure if you can hear the impala alarming. I can just see her tail, but oof. She's heading to a very inaccessible area, unfortunately. No, I saw her tail, but she's deep in this drainage line. She's moving away from us. You can hear the impala alarming on our right. There was a squirrel going crazy. But I think she might be hunting. We got a call in from one of the other vehicles, and so we headed across here, and we just caught the tail end of her before she disappeared down into this, looks like a tambuti thicket. And unfortunately she's heading into an area that's out of bounds for us, which is very disappointing. The team behind the scenes are trying to get a replay just to see if we did catch anything on camera, because we were moving quite a bit. We weren't stable or static, but oh, ever so close. You can still hear squirrels going, impala.
Ian, maybe dash cam and then we will reverse.
We're going to try and back out a bit and see if she comes out again. It's quite thick. Can I vomit through there? It's quite a bit of branches and things, but let's see if we can get back out of here. Try not to take poor art, but like I said, we're in an area where we're sort of at the boundary of where we're allowed to go. Oh, bit of a dip here. That should be in 4x4 actually. So, just looking down this drainage line, but unfortunately we got to stop here. Let's see if we can pick her up. But yeah, it's a bit thick, unfortunately. Like, there's so many places where we can off-road, and it's quite easy to follow these animals. But I think it was a female leopard. I mean, just got a glimpse of her running past, and she's disappeared to some really thick stuff. There's no ways we can drive in there. And then the other area is out of bounds for us as well. So that's a real doozy. The impala have gone quiet. She was moving kind of away from that area that we're not allowed to drive at, and I thought, well, we're going to get lucky. And then she's turned back, so she might be looping around to try and have a stab at those impala. And when they started alarming, she sort of jumped and sort of two-trotted away. But apparently the replay is playing now, so yeah, we were hoping that she's going to be in the area and maybe she'll grab one of those impalas and settle down and relax. But yeah, we are looking at these bushes, we're sitting, we're trying to be patient, we're trying to, and hoping that something might pop out for us in our favor. But it's a bit of a tough one. I guess that's how it goes. But it ain't over until it's over. But we're going to keep looking. I'm sure we'll come straight back if we have any good news for you. But let's go and check in with some hippos and Amara.
I really hope we get to see a leopard soon to be great, but if not, this hippo is already making me very happy. What I like about these hippos is they don't care. They take what they've been given, which is all this murky water full of their poop. You can even see their poop actually floating on the top layer. It's bubbling. It's a lot of gases just being trapped at the bottom layer. I've always wondered about the fish population in this water. I don't think it's a lot, because even the water seems to not have as much oxygen. And the interesting thing, at least we're able to get a nice good look at the hippos, is their nostrils. The nostrils are able to kind of close like a valve as they go underwater and just seal off. And when they come back up, of course, get some breath of air, because with hippos, they can't really they can hold their breath for like 5 minutes, which is good. It's not saying they can be submerged for a long period of time. They still have to come up, of course, to have some air. And in case they're also napping, they will actually close it automatically and even push themselves up by just a hold reflex. So look at that. Look at the nose. This is a good time for us to also look at those details. It's a lot of poop on around. You can even see the grass. Hippos have better digestive than elephants, but you can still see like residues of what they've eaten, which is mainly grass. Look at the ears, look at the eyes. Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever seen a hippo this close? Look at that detail. Thank you, James. Even the water, how it's moving. Now look at those nose. Look at the nose. The nostrils. Yeah, even the eyes. What's up? You look like you're sleepy. The beauty of now the hippos is the whole body is submerged, but the head can just be up, so you can hear, see, and smell without having to even break so much of the water surface. Look at all that. Simon says, I'm sure it does enter their mouth here and there when they're kind of opening their mouths, which they do to show like dominance and to show how big I am. But I don't know if they would be drinking a lot of this, but they get a lot of water from even the grass they eat. But this water, I don't know if it's going to be something they would want to be drinking quite often. And as I was saying, at least even with their nostrils, they're able to kind of shut off so they don't have any water actually going into their nose, any of their poop water. And for them in this environment, it's good for them. They don't mind it at all. You can see the nostrils, how they're opening and closing, like open. As long as their skin is covered, they're good to go. I like coming here just to see how they're doing, see the water level, especially if it hasn't rained for too much of, maybe rains here and there, but just wanted to see how the water levels look like. Make sure no hippo is getting stuck. But we're going to send you to Tsepo, who is off the vehicle. Let's go see what he wants to tell you and show you.
And, you know, it's always beautiful to actually see animals themselves. It's always beautiful to see them moving. But if you just take it a little bit slowly, you're going to notice that nothing is actually lost in the bush. This here has been a tree that looks that it has been pushed down by elephants. With the way it looks, it has even lost its bark. But this has become a very important shelter for termites. If you're looking, the ant hill actually starting a little bit down, going all the way up inside the hollowness of the tree itself. And at the very same time, it also become a rubbing point for zebras, for warthogs, for rhinos, to help actually remove ticks off them. There are still a little bit more of feathers that you actually that you see that they have actually been using this to actually rub. So when you see an elephant pushing down the tree, not all things are actually lost, because the tree, it might seem dead, but it actually now becomes a home to many other species than insects, sometimes owls, and especially such. This is where you actually get the woodpeckers getting excited. And you know, as the woodpecker would actually nest on this, it opens up for many others as well. But as we continue with Luyanda, I'm going to send you back to Dan, that's going to share more about smaller things like this with our trekkers.
Okay, welcome back everybody. Tsepo, thanks for that. You did right. A lot of the small things out here can give you a sign or a story to finding some pretty big and revolutionary things. We've got about 20 minutes left of drive here. I think let's spend a bit more time getting to know Innocent a bit better. Innocent, when you're not out here in the bush tracking wild animals and you've been doing it for a long time, you're also a family man. You've got 2 girls at home, and you just told me that one of them is wanting to follow in your footsteps and become a master tracker as well. How did that go down at school?
So one of my daughter, her name is Innocentia.
Yeah.
She is 7 years old.
Yeah.
And she just loves trekking. Whenever I'm at home in my village, I take her out and I teach her about treks.
Yeah, you sound like a good father. Carry on, yeah?
Thanks. So one day she told a teacher at school that she wants to become a master trekker like me. And at school they have no idea of what a master trekker is. They were thinking maybe it has to do with trekking vehicles. And I attended one of the parents' meeting at the school, and she just says, "There's my dad, he's a trekker." So they called me, the teachers, and asking me about trekking. Started to explain to them.
Okay, let's finish that. Candace, we're not forgetting your question. Let's finish Innocent's story about his daughter, and then we'll get to the question about how do you know when your students are ready.
So I have to explain to the teachers at school about what I do, that I track animals every day and I teach people about tracking animals, and they had no idea what it was, but were so interested that they now ask me to go to the school and speak to children about tracking animals and animal behavior, which I kind of like it, the kids love it also in the community.
It would be amazing to see your daughter follow in your footsteps, and if she is half as much of a legend as you are, she's in luck. Okay, Candace, back to your question. So Innocent, how do you know when your students are ready? When do you know when they're ready to be dropped into the field and start working full-time without you around to train and guide them?
So we train them for 1 year, and every month we do an assessment and evaluation where I will assess them on identifying tracks and how to track an animal. So after every assessment, I will know where they are or with their level of tracking. So it's 12 months of training, 11 times of assessment every month. by month 11, if they are able to track and find the lions without my help, they are able to track and find the leopard without my help, and they are safe in the bush, and I'm confident, then I will know that they are ready. And by the end of the course, trust me, they will be very, very ready.
Under your guidance, I have no doubt. I'm sure they will be just fine. And I mean, tracking is such an ancient art, and it doesn't always work out the way you think. I mean, you start today's game drive, which will be between 3 and 4 hours, and maybe you find very fresh lion tracks, but it doesn't mean... And a huge thank you to the rangers and the trackers. We appreciate your thanks and your thoughts, and it's for you guys that we all do this. So thank you for joining in and tuning in. I was saying, like, you've got 3 or 4 hours on a game drive to try and see if you can track and find. Sometimes you don't find any tracks, and sometimes you do find fresh signs of maybe a lion or pride of lions or a leopard. But innocent, you don't always manage to find the animal. How do you deal with tracking and not finding the animal? I mean, it's not always deemed a success or a failure whether you find the animal or not. How do you kind of deal with tracking and then not finding the animals, and you come back to the guests and you tell them you haven't found the animals but you've been following the tracks?
That is the fun part of it, and that is what makes it interesting, and that is where you see the difference between a good tracker and someone who does it because you loved it. The moment you don't find the animal, that is when it's so difficult, because now you're going to come and tell your guests you did not find it. But as a tracker, that is an opportunity for you to understand and to learn tracking, because if you do not find the animal, something has gone wrong there. It's either you followed an old tracks, or you are not concentrating, or you lose the tracks, and that is when you get back to the camp, you've got to think of, where did I go wrong? When I lose the tracks, what was I supposed to do? And then you correct that on your next trail, and then you would find the animal.
It's almost like you're learning more when you don't find the animal from your mistakes, rather than getting everything right the first time and finding the animal. There's more lessons to be learned sometimes in failure than actually succeeding and finding the animals. It also kind of proves to us and shows us that this place is wild, and the animals move and do what they want to. We are incredibly privileged to be following in their tracks and trying our best to interpret the story and see if we can find it. I mean, you do it far more regularly than me. I often find some good tracks and then try and piece together the story, and often don't find them. Excuse me, but it's our job to try and understand the story that has happened in the past and put together the pieces. And no one will ever know the exact story because we were never there, but we can guess through the tracks, and they'll tell us that story.
Absolutely.
Can you hear that sound? The way it grows, the way it calls you to come alive. Can you feel the rhythm? The way it beats with the land? Do you feel alive again? Or maybe you never left. You don't just visit the wild, you return to it.
My name is David. I have a wealth of experience being in African bushes for so many years. It gives me a lot of joy when I am able to translate what is happening on the ground.
You're looking good. Jumbo to all of you. Let's go.
Before you go back home, as my guest, you're going to take home a memorable safari experience.
Would you like to know the difference between a male and female wildebeest? You can ask me questions like this in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive here in the heart of Africa. Join me on Safari Live and connect with nature.
Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. You'll also have access to our post-produced content, like a Wild Bush Week. Textbooks tell us that a ratio of 3 to 1 hyenas drive off lionesses. Safari Live Catch-Up.
We have got some doggies that are on the hunt.
And even that sort of cult favourite, The Wild Show. And the little one has made it out and hopefully will rejoin the herd. Wild Earth Explorers. Wilder. Together. We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
That's a plus. Nice call of the fish eagle. And I'm hearing some chin spot batters. But this is where, when you're guiding, you're sort of sitting waiting, and it's like, how long do we give it? What do we talk about? Do we have everyone's attention? Are people zoning out? But it's all very quiet at the moment, and not hearing any alarm calls. Just the usual baseline soundscape. So we might just press on and head up this road. I might actually just do a loop, turn around and come back the way we came, and really hope that we can get lucky, because we've done quite a big area here, so I might just do a U-E and then head back and see. But while we keep doing that, we're going to keep looking. Let's go and check in with Imara. She has a stalk for us.
Good luck with the leopard. You never know. And maybe even in the afternoon could be really nice. And here on our screen we have a yellow-billed stork, looking like I know people will be thinking, oh, it's on its knees, but actually, funny thing, that's actually its ankle. It's so crazy how birds are. The knee is actually much higher up and it's hidden by the feathers. So right now what you're seeing is like a backward knee myth, as they say. Like it looks like a backward knee, but it's also known as a hock. So H-O-C-K. So this is how they rest their bodies. You can see how it's distributing the body weight. And storks, like our yellow-billed stork right here, they spend a lot of time in the water, going through, getting their food, and their legs are working a lot of the time. So when they're sitting like this, it's a good break. So I'm guessing our stork right here has had its fill with whatever it was catching, maybe some small fish, tadpoles, or not even tadpoles, even frogs. Let's go for something bigger. And they will just take it easy by the side of a riverbank, which is like here. This is seasonal river we're in. And then look at that, still looking around. That's why it's called as a yellow bill. You can see why. And interesting enough, with the stork, unlike its the other stork, let's say the saddle-billed stork, these guys, when it comes to mating season, they don't mate for life. They will have their partner for that whole breeding season. They will raise the young ones together until the young one is, of course, now more independent to leave. And then the storks will separate, which is actually very interesting. So all different birds have different ways of sticking together or not sticking together. Benji, I do see these guys here a lot of the time, especially in areas where there's marsh and water, because they do like to be around water bodies. So when you see them, you'd know there's a water body. So in this area, we do get to see them quite often. Thank you, James. As you can see right there, this is more of the seasonal river that we get to see quite often. And it's also the river that our hippos do like to be in a lot of the times too. So they're just upstream. That's why I always get curious about this water and how much fish it has. But seeing the birds that come around here could be good. But also with this water, if it can get a little bit too toxic for some fish, they can even kind of cause like a massacre. We're seeing so many fish just floating on top of the water. Big James, we've seen our other friends. The ibis, busy in the ground. We have a heron right there. Another Hadada ibis. Sorry guys, sacred ibis. My bad. I like seeing them. They're very quiet compared to the Hadada ibis, who are very noisy. You hear them a lot, especially even in city areas, which is very interesting. Same as montane, nightjar. David, well, they're all kind of similar and different. As I was mentioning how the yellow-billed stork with the whole mating doesn't mate for life, but the saddle-bill do. And the only thing I've noticed with the storks one is their voice box is not really there. Like it's not a full, let's say, developed. So when they make sounds, it's not the same way all the other birds have the true bird calls. You know, the beautiful songs you hear from. Which bird makes a beautiful sound? I think the kingfishers, a lot of kingfishers make beautiful sounds, but our storks, they don't make such elegant sounds. It's more of hissing and sometimes even using their beaks to kind of clap and make sounds. Oh, where's our friend gone? They do like this area since there is water and water is life, even though the water is very much polluted with a lot of the hippo poop. It does bring its own benefits, and especially to other animals, so they'll take advantage of that. Oh, what did you catch? What's that? I can't tell. Looks like grass, but it's not grass. Oh, there it's gone. God, the herons have such beautiful necks. Black-headed heron. And they're very good at even moving their necks like the grass. So sometimes you see their necks swaying like the way the grass would be swaying. The hunting techniques are also very interesting, very beautiful to watch. Birds, when it comes to their patience, it's also remarkable. They'll perch maybe on a branch, stand on the ground, wait by the riverbed, patiently just looking around for any type of movement, and they'll strike when the time is right. So not only are our big cats very patient when it comes to hunting, also our birds. Look at you walking through the grass. Look at that. Every movement is calculated, well balanced. Imagine yourself walking like a heron if you're able to do so. One step, take another step, very slowly. Wildlife Lady, thank you so much for tuning in for the morning drive. It has been a good feline day for sure. Today is Friday. It doesn't feel like a Friday. It feels like just another day. But here, I just always feel like every day just blends in together. Monday doesn't feel like a Monday, neither does Sunday or Friday. I think in the city it's very different because, of course, you're seeing different behaviors. Sunday it's quieter, everyone is at home, maybe taking it easy or going to, just family day. Mondays you're seeing traffic at certain hours, but out here in the wild, this is our type of traffic. Even us on the road. And back to our resting yellow-billed stork. I want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in, from myself and the whole team. It has been a great drive. I know we have got to see some of the big cats. I'm hoping that even all our big cats that we're going to see today will be doing something later on in the afternoon. So it would be great to have more activities. But so far, we've been so grateful and grateful to all of you. And once again, thank you, everyone. Take care. Hope to see you in the afternoon. Keep hydrated, keep warm, and asante sana.
evening. Did you hear that?